Good morning. Happy Thursday morning to you. Most of us are going to see a mostly sunny day. A little bit breezy today. Could have some wind gusts up into the 20s at times, but I think most of us are also going to stay dry today. Most of us across the forecast area, there is one part that could see some storms actually later on this morning. But for most of us, late tonight into tomorrow is actually going to begin a long rainy period of weather, or at least a long period where rain is possible that kind of having trouble seeing an end in sight, and that is your bottom line for the forecast this morning. So enjoy a nice dry day today. Weather brought to you by State Line Group over in Houghton, Missouri. Keep them in mind for all of your earth work, earth moving, dirt hauling needs. Check them out on Facebook for examples of their recent work. Take a look at their storm shelter on there as well, if that is of interest to you or your family. Local companies supporting local weather. State Line Group in Houghton, Missouri. Appreciate them this morning. All right, first things first, this time of year, we start with the severe weather outlook. Here it is for today. So, for most of our forecast area, this is us in east central Kansas and west central Missouri. We have a general thunderstorm risk down here in the light green. We have a marginal risk up here in the darker green, picking up Olathe, Ottawa, Emporia through Kansas City, up through North Kansas City as well. I don't know that anybody's going to really see anything today. I'll put the data up in just a second. This is the area over here, the slight risk where we could be talking about some isolated thunderstorms today, late morning through early afternoon, that could just bring some big hail, is what we're talking about there. Some isolated, elevated storms that could bring some hail. So here's what it is. Here's the surface front that is settled across the area right now. This is going to push back through as a warm front later on, but this is actually going to be the impetus for several rounds of precipitation. A low-level jet creeps in later. All of this to say, we have a big stretch of rainy weather, or at least time where rainfall is possible moving forward. But let's go ahead and put some timelines on the initial stuff coming up today. So here we are later today. This is like between, say, 9 and 11. There's about 1 this afternoon. You guys could see that stuff working through the Salina area, just possibly some big hail out there. By the time it works its way over here to Kansas City, I mean, are we going to see a few light showers this afternoon into the early evening? There's about 5, 6, 7 p.m. maybe, just a few light showers. But look what starts to happen up to our northwest. Here we are by about 11 o'clock tonight. We should see pretty good thunderstorm coverage going all the way from Manhattan over towards Atchison, out towards Savannah, up towards Maryville. So all that hangs out pretty far north. Overnight, it is going to start to work its way south of I-70, but it's pretty weak as it does. So by the time we start to talk about wake-up time, tomorrow morning, here's about 5 a.m., 6 a.m. What do we have left? Between 4 and 5 a.m. up North Kansas City neighborhoods, may hear some thunder boomers and some heavy downpours up there in the very early morning hours of tomorrow. That would be Friday. So like I say, there's a possible radar up around 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. So as we get to 6, 7 a.m., I think all of us are covered in at least some light showers by tomorrow. Should be heavier up around KC and points to the north, but it looks like that's starting to settle out for your morning commute on your Friday morning. Down here south of Kansas City, I think we just have scattered showers all of Friday morning. Let's go ahead and go through the rest of the day. Friday, another wave of heavier precip looks to follow through about mid-morning. There we are about 10, 11 o'clock on your Friday morning, and this theme just sort of continues. Here's a picture of your possible Friday evening. This is going to be another tough close call for activities on Friday evening, right? So here is your most updated. This is a couple of forecast runs ago, so this is as close to up to the second as I can get you this morning looking at Friday evening. There's just going to be a chance all over the place, right? So earlier Friday evening, here's about 5, maybe 6 p.m. Obviously the bulk of the precipitation is going to be off down to the south, so it really looks to pick up like Butler Sound down all the way to Lamar, Carthage, over to Fredonia on the Kansas side. So well south in the region. But by later, here's possibly 8, 9 p.m. This could creep a little bit further to the north. So places like Nevada, clear up to Butler, over to Paola on the Kansas side could be dealing with some showers around the 7, 8, 9 o'clock time frame on Friday night. Not the news we want to hear at all this time of year. As we go forward over Friday night into Saturday, do see a wave of continued showers, some of them heavy at times, working their way over towards state line. So there's your Friday night picture as best that I can do for you. Not so much talking about severe weather until Monday. We'll talk about that in just a second. So here's the overall picture. Here's what's going on that just kind of sets this up. Yesterday, I was kind of talking about this trough that digs in across the southwestern United States. Well, what'll happen now is it'll weaken out to a shortwave, but not before we get some ridging over Kansas and Missouri here in the middle of your screen. So we can expect a warmer weekend through all that rain, significantly warmer weekend. But all of these disturbances, look at all these little shortwaves that are going to pop through the flow, are just going to kind of give us one round of showers after another. We have warm air advection up into the area most of this time, and so we just kind of get one round of showers after that, but it's going to be warm throughout all of this. So then we kind of look over at Monday. We've been talking about that in terms of some possible severe weather. I do think that may still be the case. The setup is there. I'll show you what the latest data says in just a second. But here's what it kind of means at the surface, you guys. You can see just kind of one round of showers after the other. Lazy little thunderstorms working their way through from now until about Sunday. I think we actually get some dry time on Monday. I think there's maybe some spotty showers, but Monday, here it is right now, looks by and large dry. So as we go over into Monday evening, this is what we're talking about in terms of a possible severe weather setup. I do see CAPE values over 2,000 joules, but the last couple of forecast runs, I'm not exactly sure if all the ingredients are going to come together. But again, I think it's going to be a dry day. I think it's going to be possibly sunny, and it's going to build that late afternoon heating and instability that we keep an eye on this time of year. So Monday is probably our next day for widespread severe weather chances. How much rain are we going to get? Let's look over on the Kansas side, where I think we will possibly see the most rainfall, say between now and Monday is what I'm looking at here, because you guys can see it starts over there to the northwest of the area. So northeast Kansas might get 2 to 3 inches. Let's hop over to the Missouri side. We're up to maybe 1.5 inches between now and Monday in Kansas City. West central Missouri, I think we're approaching 1.5 inches. Things continue to trend up. This will be, again, between now and Monday. Looking for a little bit more. Might even see some pockets over 2 inches, 2.25 inches over on the Kansas side. Like I say, temps building in, getting a little bit warmer, especially by next week. Monday should be mid-80s. Same for Tuesday. So again, we'll keep an eye on the Monday stuff. That's probably our next big headline. Plenty of rain will get started this evening. It's just going to be on and off. Not everybody's going to have the same thing at the same time. Lots of scattered showers. A few thunderstorms out there in the mix as well. Again, could have some rumbles, but not looking for any widespread severe weather in this stretch of rain ahead. So enjoy the day today. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous outside before the rain. I'll catch you later.